Hello students, I hope you all are fine. Today we will start with the second part of the chapter collection of data. Look at this mind map. Already we have done sources of data collection, that is primary source and secondary source. We have started modes of primary data collection and already we have done direct personal investigation. Today we will start indirect oral investigation, information from local sources and correspondents, and information through questionnaire and schedules. Let's first start with indirect oral investigation. What is indirect oral investigation? In this method, information is not collected from that person about whom information is needed, but it is collected from other person from whom the investigator thinks the required information can be possessed. And the person who is providing the information here is known as witness. For example, if a factory owner is providing information about the factory workers, this is an example of indirect oral investigation. Suitability. When this method is suitable, when field of investigation is very large, when it is not possible to have direct contact between the investigator and the informant, and when the concerned informant is illiterate, like workers are illiterate, they are unable to give the information about themselves, so the information is collected from the owner. And investigation is little complex, so the experts can be used here so that to make the information more reliable. Next is merits. What are the merits of this method? Wide coverage. This method is used where we can cover a wide area. Second is less expensive. Less efforts, less money is used in this method because there is no need to contact with one-to-one worker, but all workers' information can be collected from the owner. Third is expert's opinion. If it is required, we can take the opinion of the expert to make the information more reliable. Next is free from bias. It is free from bias of investigator and witness. Next is simple. This method is simple in terms of collection of data. What are the demerits? There are different demerits of this method. Less accurate. This data is not very accurate because the informant is not giving information about himself, but witness is giving information about other people. So maybe the information can be right or wrong. So it is less accurate, biased. Sometimes the witness maybe give wrong information, so the witness can be biased while giving the information. Doubtful conclusion. When data is not very accurate and it is biased, so obviously the conclusion we will draw will be doubtful. So these are the merits and demerits of indirect oral investigation. Now we will start what is the difference between direct personal investigation and indirect oral investigation. First point of difference is in direct personal investigation, there is direct contact between investigator and informant, but in indirect oral investigation, there is no direct contact between investigator and informant. Witness is giving the information in the indirect oral investigation. Next is direct personal investigation. Field of investigation is very small, but in indirect oral investigation, field of investigation is large. Direct personal investigation is costlier in terms of money, effort and time, but indirect oral investigation is not costlier in terms of money, effort and time. Last point is in indirect oral investigation, the investigator should not know the background, the language of the informant because he is not directly in contact with the informant, but in direct personal investigation, the investigator must be well versed with the language and cultural habits of the informant, about the language of the informant. So these are the some points of difference between direct personal investigation and indirect oral investigation. Now next method is information from local sources and correspondents. What are correspondents? A person who is employed to report for a newspaper. So in this method, investigator employs different reporters or correspondents to provide the information from time to time. Suitability. When this method is suitable, when regular and continuous information is required, the area of investigation is large, information is used by journals, magazines, TV. Next is merits of this method. This is economical in terms of money, time and effort. Not too much money, time and effort is required. It can cover wide area. Regular information is provided by the correspondents and it is suitable for special purpose. For example, price quotations from the different grain markets for the construction of index numbers of agricultural prices. So these are the different merits of this method. Now we will start with the demerits. There is not too much originality in this data. Sometimes correspondents are giving the information on the basis of preconceived opinion. So that's why data is not very accurate. Sometimes correspondents are not providing data on time. So these are the demerits of this method. Now we will start with the last type of the primary data collection, that is information through questionnaire and schedules. What is questionnaire? Questionnaire is a research instrument consisting of different type of questions used for the inquiry or research purpose. So what is the difference between schedule and questionnaire? Questionnaires are filled by the informant, whereas schedules are filled by the enumerator. Who is enumerator? Enumerator is a person who is hired for the purpose of survey or census. So there are the two different methods in this particular method, that is mailing method and enumerator method. Today we will start with the mailing method. What is mailing method? In this method, questionnaires are mailed or posted to the informant at their homes for the purpose of inquiry, and that is assured that the information they will get will be kept secret, and it is given the instruction to the informant to fill the questionnaire and to send it back. Suitability. When this method is suitable, when informants are educated and area of study is very wide. What are the merits of this method? This method is economical, not too much time, money and effort is required. Original. This data is original because the information collected through this data is original, because informant is directly providing the information about himself. Next is wide coverage. A wide area can be covered through this method. What are the demerits of this method? Lack of interest. Sometimes the informants are not taking interest in filling the questionnaire, so they are not sending it back. Next is lack of flexibility. Sometimes informant is unable to understand the question because enumerator is not there, so the question cannot be reframed. And the last is limited use. This method can be used only for that person who is educated. This method cannot be used for the uneducated people. So students, these are the three different methods we have done today. One is indirect oral investigation. One is information through the local sources and correspondents. And one is mailing method. I hope all these methods are clear to you and you will revise these three topics at home. Thank you.